The number two rivalry of John Cena's career I gave to Edge. Edge and John Cena was the feud of 2006. It was huge. It came down to the Elimination Chamber, a match that Edge wasn't even involved in. Basically, after he had won the Money in the Bank briefcase at WrestleMania the previous year, he came down after cashing in his briefcase with Vince McMahon. Coming down, and nobody in the crowd, nobody at home, nobody who even watched the show that just went to WWE.com and saw the results, thought was possible to happen. Was Edge cashed in. He hit the spear twice on John Cena, and a 1-2-3 later, Edge wins the WWE Championship without even really doing any work. John Cena had been, just basically killed while he was in the chamber fighting off guys like Carlito and Chris Masters at the end. Edge had a real short title run, basically setting up the match at the Royal Rumble in January, where basically when you saw John Cena's intro, you knew that it was going down, where Cena was going to win the title, and it was just sort of a short, sweet run for Edge. Of course, from there, Edge and the feud would happen after Rob Van Dam's title run, where Rob Van Dam won the title at the Extreme Rules, one night, or he won it at One Night Stand. One Night Stand became Extreme Rules, I think, or it was something along those lines where it became like the ECW pay-per-view. But at the One Night Stand, basically Edge helped Rob Van Dam beat John Cena by delivering a spear when he removed the motorcycle helmet from there. Rob Van Dam, he was supposed to hold the title for a little bit of a run, got arrested with Sabu for some marijuana charges. It forced him to drop the title to Edge. From there, Edge would go on a run of beating John Cena, either by disqualification or through brass knuckles. Edge had branded the John Cena spinner belt at his own, basically putting his own emblem on there, making it his own, with the belt that said Edge, had the Canadian flag, very cool in the background. Their feud ended off at the Unforgiven 2006 pay-per-view with an awesome TLC match in Edge's hometown. Cena was able to defeat Edge and keep the WWE Championship and make it his own. And I think they had matches along the way, before the end of the career of Edge in 2011. But I don't think any of them ever came to the close of the year of 2006, where Edge really took a step forward. Of course, from there he would leave Raw and head over to SmackDown and really make that his own show. Of course, he would go on to marry Vicky Guerrero and have total power. John Cena, who was always sort of the Monday Night Raw guy, Edge, did come back to Raw and in 2010 when he was sort of drafted there, and he just always sort of seemed like he was the guy in the background. But as John Cena was building Team Cena to go up against the Nexus, there was a little bit of reluctance from Chris Jericho and Edge to join the team before finally just doing it at the last moment. And I think that something was supposed to come of that, with John Cena getting eliminated at the SummerSlam match and Edge and Jericho being the last guys to fight off the Nexus, trying to show that they were really the strong power on that team. But John Cena stepped up and said that he didn't want to lose. He wanted to win that match on his own to sort of show how strong he was. And from the Chris Jericho podcast with Edge, they both sort of shared a laugh with that as John Cena apologized, saying that he didn't do that. Who knows what would have happened with that run. But when Edge was back on Raw, it never really seemed like he fit there. SmackDown was really his show, and maybe we never even got to see what Edge really would have been. But number two on the list, Edge and the feud of 2006.